Chair of the Okanagan College Education Council to the podium.
Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, today we bestow the award of Honorary Fellow on Margriet Ruurs. This award is recognition by Okanagan College of distinguished service or distinguished achievement or outstanding service. The criteria for the award are mentorship, excellence, eminence, and accomplishment. I will now call upon Mr. Ross Tyner to read the citation.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present Margriet Ruurs for the award of Honorary Fellow. An author of 30 children's books and founder of Kids Write, a website that publishes poems and short stories by young writers, Margriet Ruurs has dedicated her life to promoting literacy and giving children a place to express themselves creatively. Margriet's connection to Okanagan College goes back to 2001, when she was interviewed for a potential position teaching writing for children at the Kalamalka campus of the college. During the interview, Margriet mentioned that during the completion of her master's degree at Simon Fraser University, she had created an online magazine of children's writing and wondered if the college might want to take it on. We jumped at the opportunity to help promote children's writing and reading, and the first issue of Kids Write was published in May 2001. Now under the auspices of Jeremy Bone and the OC English Department, Kids Write continues to be a going concern to this day, with issue number 129 having been published just this morning. Across those 129 issues, children from dozens of countries around the world have published thousands of stories and poems to the benefit of the authors themselves and to the friends, family, and others who have had the pleasure of reading them. And I think Margriet's going to tell you some stories of how their writing changed their lives of these children to this day. As an author, Margriet's children's books include the award-winning Emma's Eggs and its sequels, all featuring the delightful Emma the Chicken, and the alphabet books A Pacific Alphabet and A Mountain Alphabet, both of which were chosen by the BC Ministry of Education to be given to school children across the province. Many of you are probably in the audience today. Her forthcoming book, Families Around the World, introduces young readers to 14 real children, their families, their friends, and their diverse cultures. In our need to communicate with other members of our species, human beings aren't all that different from other animals, like birds calling out to a mate, or the Who's in Dr. Seuss's Horton Hears a Who crying, we're here, just to let the world know they're alive. Yes, I realize the Who's aren't really creatures, they're fictional characters. Unlike other animals, humans have developed the need and the ability to communicate with other humans by means of the written word. In both her own writing and her encouragement of the writing of others, Margriet Ruurs has tapped into this basic human need. For the important role she has played in helping create lifelong readers, writers, and learners of the future, Margriet is a most deserving recipient of this award. Mr. President, I now ask you to step forward and present the award to Margriet Ruurs.
So this award comes in two parts. First of all, there's the obligatory parchment, much like what some of you will receive in a few minutes. And then, so this is that part, Margriet. And then there is this wonderful medal, which I see somebody has detached, so I can't actually hang it around your neck at the moment. But, you know, it would look like this, if we could. And it's, this weighs about 20 pounds. It's solid gold, of course. So don't lose this. I'll hold on to it a few moments. Okay, so if you would like to then go with Ross.
Thank you very much.
While we're waiting for the signing to take place over here, I'd just like to note that this is the highest award that Okanagan College can bestow upon a member of the public. And I can't think of anybody who's more deserving than Margriet for this, and I was actually on the selection committee that hired her first way back with Ross and others, and she's just done outstanding work, not just for the college, but right across North America and even around the world. And I would now like to invite Ms. Margriet Ruurs to say a few words to the graduating class of 2014.
Thank you.
Don't forget.
Good morning, Chair Board of Governors, Mr. President, Chair Education Council, ladies and gentlemen, and most important of all, graduates. Thank you so much for those kind words and very touching recognition of the work that I've done. That was completely unexpected, but I could not have done it without the help and the unwavering support of both Ross Tyner and Jeremy Bones. So a big thank you to them. On this very special day, I would like to use the words of Dr. Seuss to say, congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head and feet in your shoes, and you can steer yourself in any direction you choose. When I was little, growing up in the Netherlands, I didn't know about Dr. Seuss, but I had a mom who read to me. I had a dad who made up stories for me. They bought me books and they took me to the public library. The very foundation of my life was built on books. As I grew older, I wanted to tell my own stories. Write them down, my mother said. She gave me a lined book with empty pages and encouraged me to write down the stories and the poems I made up. Teachers encouraged me more. With encouragement and books, I was lucky to have a good start in life. This spring, I conducted writing workshops in Israel, where all the signs were either in Hebrew or Arabic. Then I spent 2 months in China, seeing nothing but Chinese characters on directional signs, advertisements on the packages in stores. I suddenly felt what it might be like to be illiterate. I had no idea what was in the packages in the store, or the ingredients, or the directions. I couldn't read the newspaper, even warning signs. I felt helpless, powerless, clueless. Reading is fundamental. If a child is encouraged to read, if he wants to read, then he'll be that much more successful in everything that he attempts in life. Fluency in reading and writing comes through the joy of discovering good stories. Remember when the whole world suddenly wanted to read Harry Potter? And how much fun that was when we all curled up with a spellbinding story? I once met J.K. Rowling. Someone asked her, 8-year-olds like reading your books, and 80-year-olds like reading Harry Potter. Who did you write it for? And you know what the answer was? She said, I wrote it for myself. I write for myself too. I just never stopped writing. Now I have 30 books. I hope that you write too. I hope you write the stories of your childhood, feelings and emotions expressed in a poem, or a piece of information to share with others, or just for yourself. When I travel to developing countries, it strikes me that the very first thing they do after providing shelter, food, and water is to try and collect books. All over the world, villages try to build libraries. Mobile libraries in the most astounding shapes and sizes bring books to people. There are book boats in Indonesia. There's a camel library in Kenya. Even an elephant library in Thailand. I've seen libraries on motorbikes and donkey carts. I was lucky enough to help deliver books to nomads in the Gobi Desert of Mongolia, where the literacy rate is 98%. This fall, I hope to travel with a book bus bringing books to villages around Zambia. Access to books is fundamental to our development, our well-being, and our success in anything we achieve in life. A resource all children have a right to. And it should be the cornerstone of education in North America. It's of grave concern to me that more and more of our school libraries are closing. Budget cuts lead to reduced access to books for our children here in the developed world. A school library open for only half a day a week. Library closed because there's no one who can help kids to check out the books that are on the shelf. I find it mind-boggling when reading and writing are the very foundation of everything we teach. I hope that among the many things you will accomplish in your life, you will put books in the hands of children. What if you are the only one? I hope that you help them to discover the joy of reading, of storytelling, and of writing stories down. Dr. Seuss also said, the more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go. I would like to leave you with a poem that I wrote that tells you how I feel about books and reading. Open the cover of the book in your hands. It's a bridge to unknown and wonderful lands. Travel through countries of wisdom and fun. Nights full of darkness and days full of sun. Turn each page full of wonder. Follow its road to up yonder where mountaintops talk to the sky, whispering and wondering why. Treasure chests of make-believe places, meeting new and familiar faces. Reach for a book on the shelf. Discover the world. Discover yourself. Thank you. Sure.